This is not the War of the Worlds, and this is not Orson Welles. Thank you, you're very kind. It's just a poet and a guitarist sitting in Ashland, Oregon, trying to get the feel of something real, something real, something real. Some people can write poetry like me, and here's a couple of them for you. Wisdom is our friend, as are all the elements, responsible for our integrity and strength as beings of earth. Wisdom is a well, dark and formless, is its substance informing all creation. Here's the one I just wrote a few minutes ago. If we are clear, no one can deny us any fate we seek, or all the hope existent. We reside in our mother's womb, birthing all creation, perpetual. Now, let's apply a little quantum theory to that idea of living in the mother's womb, birthing perpetual. Okay, what's that mean? Well, a physicist will tell you that science has evolved, theoretically at least, enough to know this. Mathematically speaking, and even in terms of natural principles, the base of reality is a quantum field of seething potential that is either creating the chaos effect in nature, such as fractalization, or it is actually possessed of properties such as all the electromagnetic properties, all the gravitational properties, all the inertial properties, the musical properties of sound, the tastes of food, the colors of the spectrum, the aurora borealis, where ionized particles hit up against our geomagnetic and geoelectric field and cause an amazing light show up in the sky. What is all that? Rings around Saturn and Jupiter. What is all that stuff? Why do rings form? Why are they out there at that particular distance from the planet? What is holding them there? What caused them to form? Now, theoreticians will tell you that it's well understood, but if you think carefully about it, nature is insubstantial, and yet it has substance. So how can that be? How can it have no real fundamental reality except quantum information, and yet have formed into all these principles, forces, and shades of reality? Well, as a natural philosopher, I can tell you there are no real answers, except we could say this. Ramanuja, who was a very great thinker, said that God has properties, qualities, attributes. So if the quantum field is God, which basically means you could never narrow it down to anything because it's always changing on you. As soon as you put the observer's eyes on it, it is no longer what it was before. You just changed it by observing it. Therefore, it's always going to escape you. It's going to be ineffable and always elusive to your sight. But God has properties. God has attributes. The principles and forces of physics are God's attributes, some of them. Communication in language is a property of nature. Okay, we can say it's all gobbledygook. But we're right now probing into the nature of things. So if the nature of things can reveal itself through language, then language must be bound up in the nature of things. Dude, I felt like Socrates just then when I said that. God, can I even repeat that? You know, if language is a property of nature, then what is nature trying to tell us or allow us to do once we have developed language fully? Well, maybe cast spells, maybe move masses, maybe move mountains.